Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, grade 5. Good morning. How are you? I'm sorry I couldn't be with you today, but inshallah I will see you after the winter break. Welcome to the art class. I hope you're excited because today's topic, it's not only interesting, it's new. You've never learned this skill before, but inshallah you will learn something new today. Now, I want you to look at this painting in front of you. Can you tell me what are the elements in this painting? What do you see? What type of animal? And what is it doing? Is it an elephant? Is it standing and eating? Is it running? Is it a horse? If it's a horse, how many horses do you see? Is it a painting, a photo, or a drawing with pencil and crayon? Okay, I hope you answered these questions correctly. Because this painting, as you can see, of horse race with, I think what appears to me, 3 horses or 4 and 4 riders. It looks like it's painted with oil. Look at the horses. They're not drawn perfectly or realistically, but we can tell it's a horse. How? Have you ever asked yourself how? Of course, the shape of the head, the shape of the body, the shape of the legs. It's not an elephant, it's not a tiger, it's not a lion. The shape of the head is very long, it's very horsey. The neck is not too long where you think it's a giraffe or you mistake it with a giraffe or anything like that. It's clearly a horse. But what's most importantly is the movements in this painting and how the artist used the technique to mimic a movement. As you can see, the brush strokes are swiped to make it look like the horse is running towards the right side. So today's topic is animation and movement. What does it mean and how to depict it in art? First part, drawing movement. Our painting cannot physically move, but we can paint in a way which gives the illusion or suggestion of movement, just like the painting we've seen at the beginning of the class. This typically involves arranging shapes in a way which leads the viewer from one point to the next in your painting, or use a certain technique with your brush to mimic the movement. So to create movement in art, it's either to draw an actual movement or to create it with the technique using your brush. Now look at this painting of this bird. Does it look to you like it's about to fly or about to land? Or does it look like it's flying in the air? Or does it look like it's getting ready to catch a prey? Whatever it looks to you, it definitely has a movement. And the reason for it is, look at the direction of the wing, the splashes of color. They're flying on one direction, or even the position of its feet. So here we have a movement drawn and also a technique. Both of them worked to make it look like there's a movement in this drawing. This painting, for example, the wave was created, not drawn, but created with a brush technique. As you can see, if you zoom in closer, the brush technique is almost like there's consistent of a circle and wavy in the background lines to give you the movement. Another example of the painting by the artist Vincent van Gogh. It's filled not only with color, but lines. These lines take your eyes from one point to another. It starts from the foreground, traveling to the middle, going all the way to the background. Look at the sun. It gives me a circular movement. Why do you think that? Yes, the technique. It's rounded, rounded, rounded. Just some lines. Now let's talk about the human body and movements. When we move from room to another, we're using our skeleton, our muscles, and our joints. When we're eating, we're using our arms, our fingers, and knuckles. To draw a human movement, you have to think about the science behind it. And just like what God says in Surah Al-Ankabut, قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَأَ الْخَلْقِ. We discovered this earth and what's beautiful around us by moving. Because we are not a stick figure. When we move, the movement of the body are brought about by the harmonious contraction and relaxation of selected muscle. We have hips, knees, calves, knuckles, feet and toes, and so is the arm. Do you notice that science and art meet again? In this class, we will learn two parts. The first part is drawing a movement using traditional material like pencil, paper, and any type of color available to you. Or we can make a movement by using digital application such as Flip a Clip. If you go to the application store and type animation, it will suggest to you some application for animating your own story to create a character and create a scene. They're very simple and there are many options. But the option that I prefer for grade 5 is Flip a Clip cartoon animation. So you need to download this application for the next class, not today, because today we will do the first part, which is drawing a movement. Get ready, prepare your pencil, your paper, and your colors. Drawing a stick figure. What does a stick figure mean? Look at the picture of the example on the right side. Stick figure is a simplified line of human skeleton. There are no details you might imagine, but only head, simple lines for the body, legs and arms. And as you can see, they are making some kind of a pose. One is singing, one is dancing, and one is just standing. When we draw this stick figure, we're going to turn it into a human being. After you warm up and you're ready to draw, we're going to establish the head of our stick figure. Just a simple circle. Draw a neck and a shoulder. These two circles are going to be, or they're going to indicate some joints and knees. Feel free to pause the video whenever you need it. But for now, we're going to move on. Draw arms, another joint for the elbow, the other arm, and to finish the hands, establish the abdominal area with a simple line, and then the waist. Add legs, knees, and the rest of the legs. Don't forget to add the feet. Make sure that your stick figure is holding a certain pose. For example, this one is just standing with its arm on its waist. After you finish establishing your stick figure and drawing it in a certain pose, we're going to fill it with meat. Draw a neck, the shoulder line, arms, underarms. Do you notice the abdominal area look curved inward, not outward, and they're not straight? And so is the neck. It's not completely straight. There is some curvature in it. Notice how the stick figure now is in the middle of the body. Finish your drawing by filling the stick figure. This is your top part. Now let's move on to the bottom part. The hips look wider from the top and then they get narrowed. Pay attention to the calf. They get wider a bit and then they start to get narrow as we move to the feet. Now, this tip is up to you. If you need to add more of a line here, you want to make sure this is smaller and this is bigger. It's completely up to you. It depends on you and your drawing and your lines. When you feel like you're done, erase your stick figure. And now you can adjust if you feel like there is things to be adjusted. Give your stick figure some hair, ears, other details. Even try to make it look like it's wearing a dress, turn it into a girl, try a different pose. Go ahead and Google some different poses of stick figure, try to draw them and fill them up. Okay, grade 5, this is our lesson for today. I can't wait to see what you guys have made. I'll see you inshallah after the winter break. I will also attach or link you the video that I have published on my YouTube. Refer to it. Again, let me remind you that this work will be posted in the art gallery, so do your best. I love you all and goodbye.